What do you think of when you hear the word distance?
Running.
Running.
Track.
What do y'all think of?
How far you
How
travel.
far? Traveling. Very good. The length of something, maybe. Distance and length are like the same thing. How long is something? How far is something? All right, now we've already learned, last unit, we learned how to find the distance on a number line. How would you find on a number line, so we're not in the coordinate plane, we're just straight across. How would you find the distance from A to B? Jessica said count how many squares. That's one way. What if I don't have tick marks? What if I just said that this is 5 and this is 27? How far? Good. I know both of you said it. You would subtract. Very good. So that's how you find different distance on a number line. You subtract the numbers. How far is it from 5 to 27? 27 minus 5. 27 minus 5.
Oh, I got that wrong.
22. It would have been 22 units apart. I don't really know what the units are. Today we're going to learn how to find the distance on a number line. So how to find the distance diagonally, not horizontally, like we were doing before. Distance on a coordinate plane. Oh, we already went over that. Let's go ahead and try it now that I talked about it. There was the number line. What's the distance from -3 to 5?
8.
Well, that was too easy. You subtract them. 5 minus, what's the other point? -3. What does your calculator say? What's a minus and negative anyways, guys? Plus. 5 plus 3.
That deserves an even.
The distance is 8. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to show you is that the distance formula is really Pythagorean theorem in disguise. Who of you dressed up last week? You were in disguise, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't really you, that was you in a disguise. Well, it was really you. But anyways, Pythagorean theorem puts on a disguise and becomes the distance formula. So I don't want you to think of these as two separate things. They are the same thing, they're just in a different form. Alright, we did this on the warm-up. Find the length of the hypotenuse, and that will tell us the distance from F to Y. Are you able to see on your sheet? Is your your grid is much darker on your sheet. I want you on your notes page to find the length of FY. Go.
I mean, equation.
Okay, wait, what?
Can I get
Another notes page, yes. Here we go. Now it's darker. Find the distance from F to Y. We already did this on a warm-up, so you should be able to do this. We are turning FY into a right triangle, and we're going to do A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You can always do this if you're finding the length of something. You can always turn it into a triangle. Zaya, how far is it from F to L? Oh, let's just count the boxes. Ready? 1.
Yep.
8. Everyone put 8 on that leg right there. That leg is 8. We are allowed to count because you're allowed to count up, down, and left, right. You're allowed to count vertically and horizontally. Elijah, how far is it from L to Y? Almost, a couple more than that. 13. That's what I got. Is that what y'all got? 13 boxes. You count the boxes, not the tick marks, the boxes. Alrighty. Myrelli, can you set up an equation, Pythagorean theorem, with these two numbers? Myrelli, can you say it out loud? Oh, can you tell me the equation? Yep. You can put c squared or x squared, whatever you want. Write it down. Write the formula down. 8 squared plus 13 squared equals x squared.
233.
Jared, what'd you get?
You got in like 10 minutes.
Nope. You gotta work faster than that.
233.
In your calculator, you should be doing 8 squared plus 13 squared. Please never put 233 as your answer.
No.
Because that 233 is x squared. Ruthie, what is x? It doesn't really tell us. Oh, it's the nearest 10. How many zeros does 10 have in it? 1 0. So I want 1 decimal point. Place. 15.3. Very good. That's how long it is. It's 15.3. So, by the way, we love when they ask us to find distance on a coordinate plane. We love that. But sometimes they're not going to ask us to find distance on a coordinate plane. When they don't give us a graph, we're going to have to use this distance formula. I'll give you some time to write it down.
I don't like that.
I know. It's crowded. It's a lot of stuff. But I'll break it down for you. Go ahead and write it in that box where it says or. See that big box where it says or? I want you to write those two things. What? Oh, goodness. 3 people lost their notes last night. Square root of x minus x squared plus y minus y squared. Or you sometimes might see it this way. The distance is delta x squared plus delta y squared. What is always the last step of Pythagorean theorem? Square root. Do you see how the distance and the Pythagorean theorem are really the same thing? This down here, it's like saying a squared plus b squared, but to find your answer, you have to square root it. That is just Pythagorean theorem. It's all it is. It is Pythagorean theorem. Just put a different way. So the distance formula is not new and scary. It's old news. It's Pythagorean theorem. Now, why are we subtracting here and subtracting here? That comes back to that number line. If I wanted to find the distance from -3 to 5, I subtract them. Remember when we did that? 5 minus -3? That's where the subtraction comes from. It's finding the distance on a number line. Okay. So, I kind of already talked about that. Something before. Okay. So, here's the deal. Sometimes I'm going to ask you to find distance, and I'm going to give you a picture. Sometimes, like on number 3, I'm going to ask you to find distance, and I'm not going to give you a picture. But here's what I want you to do. Every time I give you a picture, every time, I want you to draw a right triangle. Every single time. So if I say, hey, what's the distance from T to R? I want you to connect T to R. There's your hypotenuse. And then I want you to draw a right triangle out of it. Because that is the easiest way to find the distance if I give you a graph. That is the way I want you to find it. Every time, draw a triangle, every time. When it says to find delta x, that really just means, here's the x-axis right here. It really just means how far is it, how long is this leg. Count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So delta x, we just counted with our finger, is 5. Chris, what's delta y? Oh, no, delta y. Just these squares. What?
6 squared.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just 6. Delta y, and then we are going to square it, Chris. You're right. But the change in y is just 6. Okay, Betty, set me up an equation. What's my equation? Love it. Very good. Everyone solve for x. Let's round to the nearest hundredth, which is 2 decimal places. Claire, when you have an answer, let me know.
I have a quick question.
Yes, Elijah.
Okay, so once you do this square, accidentally figure it out, what's
7.81. That's how far it is from T to R. 7 squares, 7 boxes. Well, almost 8 boxes, right? It's closer to 8 than it is to 7. All right, go ahead and do the next one all by yourself. Same problem, different picture. Go. I might call on you, so be ready. Don't want to be embarrassed. Make a right triangle out of that thing. Page first. You connect the dots. Oh, okay. And then look, you have two. Oh, that was awful. You have 2 choices. There's 2 right triangles. You can go with from H, go straight up and over like that. Or some people might be going down and over. Don't do both of them. Pick one and just do that one, okay?
Ready. Bring it.
Jacob's ready for me to call on him. Ooh, other people are ready too. Jessica, what did you get for delta x? 3. Does everyone agree that 1, 2, 3? That one of the legs is 3. Did you all get 3?
No.
For one of the legs. I hope so. That's going horizontally, and the x-axis goes horizontally, so that's why it's delta x. Renard, what did you get for delta y? 9. Jose, give me an equation. Equals what? X squared, yeah, okay. Savannah, what did you get for x? 9.48. Nearest hundredth. So 2 decimal places. Any objections? 9 squared plus 3 squared is 90. Okay, calm down. Square root of 90 is 9.49. Almost. The 6 tells the 8 to bump up. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. We're calm. Calm and collected, guys. Okay. All right, here we go. This is the part that Miss Tanton was talking about. You aren't given a graph. So we're going to have to do something a little bit different. So this is perfect for the month of October because we're going to draw what I call a skeleton. We're going to draw a skeleton. And we're in October, so that's perfect. Okay, so we're going to draw, the reason it's called a skeleton is it's the distance formula with nothing plugged in. So it's kind of like the bones without all the meat and flesh, right? So the distance formula with nothing plugged in. So you're going to draw a nice long square root. You're going to draw parenthesis, minus, minus, squared, squared, with a plus in the middle. I'm going to give you a while to write that down. Do it just like mine. This is called the distance skeleton. Make it look just like mine. This is Pythagorean theorem, except it's a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
But we're going to do just fine. I'm sorry, what?
I feel that we're going to do this more than the actual graph.
I think we try to keep it pretty even in all of our worksheets and quizzes. Because it's even in your notes, right? But you're right. You're going to have to use this. This is not the only time you're going to see it is in the notes. You'll have to use it. So we might as well get used to it. Now, be careful. Remember, the plus is going here because this is really a squared plus b squared. The plus is right here, but the minus is the one in the parentheses because that's your delta. When you find delta of anything that means change, it means you're subtracting. Okay, here's the next thing to force you to be successful. I want you to circle your x and underline your y. Circle your x and underline your y. Go ahead and do it. Circle the x, underline the y. Come on, Jerry, circle the x, underline the y. I'm setting you up for success, I promise. Circle the x, underline the y. Circle the x, underline the y. Here's how you put it into the distance formula. The good news is you don't have to remember, oh, x sub 2 minus x sub 1 and y sub 2 minus... No, that's too hard to remember. We're not going to do it that way. All I care about is that you put your circles together and you put your underlines together. Does that make sense? So I'm going to put 2 and negative 3. Those are my circles. Now I'm going to put my underlines together. 8 and 1. Whew. Good. Put your circles together. Put your underlines together. All right. Now, here's where you have the choice. You can make this pretty, make it pretty, make it pretty, and then go to your calculator, or you can just go to your calculator at this step right here.
That's what I'm doing.
We're going to make it pretty first, but if you want to go straight to your calculator and you know how to enter this, that's fine. I'm going to make it pretty first. Hey guys, what's 2 minus negative 3? Which is really 2 plus 3. Hello? 5? Okay. 5 squared plus, what's 8 take away 1?
Got 8.16.
7 squared. Oh, that's much prettier. Now you can go to your calculator. 5 squared plus 7 squared. Take the square root. Just like Pythagorean theorem. 8.6?
Oh.
Yeah, you're already doing the next one. Oh, 2 minus 8. Oh, you put the 2 and the 8 together. That was, you didn't do my circle underline thing. You put X and Y together. You need to put your X's together and your Y's together. 8.6? Yeah. 8.6. Ask me a question. Try the next one. Please always start with a skeleton. Draw a nice long square root, parenthesis, parenthesis, minus, minus, squared, squared, with a plus sign in the middle. Go ahead and try the next one. Don't forget to circle your X's and underline your Y's. So you put the circles together and the underlines together. Never put a circle with an underline. It's like putting a dog and cat that hate each other in the same cage and just having them go at it. Don't do that. Put the dogs together and the cats together. Things are positive, yep. So hopefully you put 9 and 5 together. And hopefully you put, whoa, this is a lot of negatives. Are you watching? Hopefully you put negative 1 and negative 2. That's intense right there. Okay, class, what's 9 minus 5? 4 squared plus, ooh, what's negative 1 minus negative 2? That's like saying negative 1 plus 2. 1. DJ, what'd you get for this one? Uh-oh. Alexa, what'd you get for this one? 4.1 is the distance? Yeah. Y'all good?
Yup.
Okay. Yay, I think y'all are getting this. I love it. Okay, we are actually going to skip that one, and we're going to go on to the midpoint formula. Once again, guess what? You can find the midpoint on a number line, or you can find the midpoint on a coordinate plane. By the way, let me just tell you what I'm doing real quick. I'm teaching you 2 lessons in one day.
Yeah, I see that.
That way tomorrow, we can just do an activity all period, and I'm not going to teach you anything on Friday, okay? So I'm teaching you 2 lessons in one day. You won't have any homework, and then you do the practice tomorrow. No new lesson tomorrow, okay? So if this is feeling like it's a really long lesson, it is. It is. I agree with you, but you won't have to learn anything tomorrow. All right, so how would you find the midpoint on a number line? I say that A is at 5 and B is at 30. What's the middle? What's the right smack in the middle? What number is in the middle of 5 and 30?
Oh.
15? How'd y'all get that?
You got it.
Oh, wait, you should try it. You should get a decimal, by the way. Oh.
Well, the distance between 5 and
It's
30
the-
is 25. But the middle
I don't want to know the distance. I want to know the middle. The middle. How do you find the middle? If you had 2 test grades, you made a 90 and you made a 100. What's your average? What's your average? If you made a 90 and you made a 100.
17.5.
Okay, wait. I moved on. If you got a 90 and you had a 100, what's your average? 95. How do you get that? You add them up and divide by 2. So how do you find the middle of these 2 numbers? Well, you add them up and divide by 2. What's 35 divided by 2? And I know some of you said that. Very good. The middle, right smack in the middle of 5 and 30 is 17.5. When you told me 15, that's the middle of 0 and 30. You just took 30 and you divided it by 2, right? That's the middle of 0 and 30. That's not the middle of 5 and 30. So this is how you find the middle. It's also called an average. It's also called an average. Okay. That's really important. So, is this on your sheet?
Yep.
Yep, it's already there. Oh, it was staring you in the face. Come on, people. You could have gotten that. It was already there. You add them up, and you divide by 2. You add them up, and you divide by 2. All right, find the middle, the midpoint of KJ. Go. What is the middle of KJ?
7.
Welcome to City Minutes.
And the middle would be
I'm going to call on Lillian. What's the middle? Negative 0.5. So negative 1/2. Is that point equidistant from K and J? Should be, because you do negative 4 plus 3, and you divide by 2. What is negative 4 plus 3?
negative 1.
Negative 1. Now, guys, let me tell you something really important about your calculator. If you do this in your calculator, are you watching? Negative 4 plus 3 divided by 2. If you do that in your calculator, you're going to get it wrong. Why?
It's 2 steps.
It is only dividing the 3 by 2. So here are your 2 choices. Your choices are, you can put parentheses around that, or you can just press enter. Everyone do negative 4 plus 3, enter, and then press divided by 2. Everyone try it. Then just press divide by 2. It'll divide your answer by 2. Have you ever tried that before? Where you just press divide and it takes your answer? Now are you getting negative 0.5? Hopefully if you didn't get it the first time, hopefully you're getting it now. You have to press enter or you need to put parentheses. Alrighty. What do we have next? Suppose xz has length of 8. Y is the midpoint of xz. If x has a coordinate of negative 3, where are the possible coordinates of y? Is this on your sheet? Then let's not do it. It's not on your sheet. We're not going to do it. All right, cool. So now we need to discuss how we're going to find the middle on a graph. We're not on a number line anymore. If I were just to eyeball the middle, do you think that looks pretty good?
Yes.
But how am I going to find that for real? How am I going to find the actual coordinate? What do you?
What we did in the last lesson.
Do what we did in the last lesson?
Nah.
Find the distance? You add the x's? You add the x's plus the y's? So 8 plus 3, and then 5 plus 3. And that's my answer?
No, add
Oh, I do need to divide by 2, right? Divide by 2? And what's my answer?
4 and 4.
So what's my answer?
5.5.
Do you see, guys, how when we're doing the midpoint formula, our answer is a coordinate. It's not a number. With distance formula, it was like, oh, my answer is 12.7. But do you see how my answer is not a number? It's a number, comma, a number. You're going to get 2 answers because you're going to average the x's and you're going to average the y's. All right. Oh, it's already written down for you. Midpoint formula. You see it? All right. We are ready to go to town. Okay. You don't have a picture and I do. Not a big deal. What? But it already has it all on your sheet. All right, you don't have a picture, but that's fine. We don't need a picture. Find the midpoint of CD. The good news is you're going to do the same thing you did last time. You're going to circle the x's and underline the y's. Can you do that for me? Circle the x's and underline the y's. Now, you're going to take your circled numbers and you're going to add them up and divide by 2. Circle plus circle divided by 2. And then right next to it, you're going to do underline plus underline divided by 2, even though I started to write it. That is the midpoint formula. Add your x's and divide by 2. Add your y's and divide by 2. You're averaging your x's and you're averaging your y's. Never add an x to a y. Never put a dog and a cat in the same cage. Keep them separate. I heard that. Jacob, what did you get when you added your x's and divided by 2?
I got 5.
5. Don't tell me the other one. Don't tell me. 5. Very good. That is the x value. And Araceli, what did you get for the y?
I thought it was 6.5.
3 plus 7 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Are you not pressing enter in between? Yeah. See, that's what I told everyone not to do. 3 plus 7. Enter. Divided by 2. Enter. You guys press enter or it's bad order of operations. All right. 5 plus negative 9. That's what? Negative 4? Negative 4 cut in half? Negative 2. So that is the answer. M is 5 comma negative 2. That is the answer. Moving on. All right, try it 2 more times. I'm going to let you do it on your own, but promise me that you'll circle the x's and underline the y's. Circle the x's and underline the y's because you want to keep them separate. Don't put them together. Okay, add your x's and divide by 2. Add your y's and divide by 2. We are getting close on time, so I'm going to show you one more thing right after we do this. Zaya, what did you get for the midpoint for number 4? I'm sorry, what? 1.25. Oh, wait, it's 2 numbers. 7 minus 1 is 6. What's 6 divided by 2?
She's giving you the divided number.
Confused.
Wait, what did you ask me?
That's what I was looking for. 3 comma 1.
You're on.
Number 4, do y'all not have this?
That's on 3.
Okay, so my numbers are just different. I'm sorry. Did you get that for 3, Zaya? Sorry, I didn't know my numbers were different. Okay. 3 comma 1. You better ask me a question if that's not what you got. We got to figure out where you went wrong. Shake your head if you got 3 comma 1. Renard, yes. Oh, you're saying, yeah, you got it. Okay, Zaya, let's try again. Here we go. What did you get on the next one? 1.2 comma 7.6. I don't know. Is that the right answer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Model student, not being a model student. 1.2 comma 7.6. Don't be scared just because there's decimals. Let your calculator handle it, but make sure you're pressing enter. Make this division sign mean enter now. That means enter. You better press enter before you divide by 2. All right, the last thing we're going to learn. Raise your hand if you've ever played leapfrog.
I have not.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when you were a little kid and this person's crouched down and you leap over them and you squat down and they leap over you. And then, okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to play leapfrog, except we're going to play it with numbers. Now, why would we play leapfrog? We would play leapfrog when we're not looking for a midpoint. We're not looking for a midpoint. We're looking for an end point. Everyone circle the word end point. Go to your notes. Circle, finding the end point. Never mind, don't circle it, write it. Write the word end point. Finding the end point of a segment. This is different. This is not a midpoint. This is an end point. Okay, guess what? we're going to do the same thing we were doing. We're going to circle our X's and underline our Y's. Circle our X's and underline our Y's. Alright. So, the way that this happens is you play leapfrog with your X's and you play leapfrog with your Y's. Are you ready? If I leap from 2 to 7, how far have I leapt?
5.
7 minus 2. Very good. 5. The good news is you're going to leap the same exact amount again. If I'm at 7 and I leap forward 5, where am I going to end up? 7 plus 5? 12. Man, that was easy. Now let's do the Y's. I'm at 9 and I leap to 4. Whoa. Negative 5. Could you see how you got smaller there?
Yep.
Negative 5. So now I'm going to be at 4 and I want to leap negative 5. What's 4 minus 5? Negative 1. So our answer is 12, comma, negative 1. 12, negative 1 is our answer. Okay, let's try this one.
Wait, how'd you get the negative 1 again?
Oh, we're at 4,
Uh-huh.
standing at 4, and I go backwards 5.
Oh, okay.
And we're now past 0, we're at negative 1. Okay,
Got it.
4 minus 5. Okay, for time's sake, I'm just going to set this up for you. V is the midpoint. When you're setting this up, you always have to put the midpoint in the middle. So I'm going to put the end point first, then the midpoint, and then there's my other end point. Sorry. Midpoint has to go in the middle. Midpoint, middle. Okay, we're going to do this real quick. Ready? How far is it from negative 3 to positive 3?
0. No, I don't know. 3.
6. Very good, Paige.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
stupid.
said 6 and I put 9. 6. Leap 6 again. 3. You leap 6. What do you get? 6 plus 3. I know, the bell's about to ring. 9. Okay, now let's leap here. From negative 2 to 4. Oh, that's also 6. So you leap 6 again. The answer was 9, comma 10. All right, that's all I have for you for today. Warm-ups, good job. I need your warm-ups so I can put those in the grade book before the 6 weeks ends. You'll get a fresh warm-up next time. Oh, and the worksheet goes in the tray, yes. The Pythagorean theorem worksheet in the tray. Well, there's your homework.